Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Does it sound clear? طيب. All the praises to Allah. We praise Him and seek His aid and ask His forgiveness, and may the peace and blessings and exalted mention be upon His slave and messenger Muhammad, His house of kin, His companions, and all who follow them exactly until the day of judgment. Ready, inshallah, to continue? You have to bear with patience, inshallah, because this is the nature of intensive courses. They are long and you need patience, inshallah. So, in the previous class, we explained that the technical meaning of a sarf is a certain kind of changing, a changing of something particular for the sake of something particular. And it is the changing of the source. And we will learn, inshallah, soon what the source is and what are we referring to whenever we mention this term. This term is a technical term, meaning the Arabic one, which means source, which is called masdar, as we will explain soon, inshallah. So we change something here. We change something particular, which is what? Which is what? We change something particular, which is what? Which is the source. Okay? And we change it to different forms. Basically, the source here is a verbal noun, as we will explain, inshallah. And that verbal noun is changed to different forms, meaning the past verb form, or the present verb, or the etc. So we change the source into different forms. Why? Why do we change one form into different forms, or the source, which is a form, into different forms? The reason is to express different meanings, because those meanings aren't expressed except through their own forms. Okay? And then we mentioned that an easy way to remember this definition here, because it's a very important definition, and we said before that the most important thing that every student should be concerned with in the beginning of his seeking of knowledge, especially this knowledge and every other knowledge, is the definitions. The definitions, barakallahu fikum. I said this, and I said this many times because of its great importance, that if you do not master the definitions, there will be a problem in your understanding. Sooner or later it will appear, it will show. Okay, so you have to you have to master the definitions in order to definition of every form, the definition of any term, the definition of any term. Okay, why? Because the scholars said الحكم على الشيء فرع عن تصوره. يعني judging something is based upon having a clear vision of it, and a clear picture of it. So if you don't have a clear picture or a clear vision about what you are passing your judgment on, your judgment will not be correct many times, in many cases. Okay, and how would you get a clear position or a clear vision on whatever you want to pass a judgment on? Is to know the definitions. Okay, this is why the definition is very important. Okay, so here, and I mean this particular definition. Don't try to be to use your own words or your own expressions. No, these definitions are very accurate. Okay, every word here counts. Every word counts. Every description makes a difference. Then we say an easy way to remember this definition is to first ask yourself, what is the reality of it? What is the reality of sarf? What is it? What is it considered to be? Okay? Then you ask yourself, what is the reason to it, to this changing? So what is the reality of it? You say, it is the changing of the source to different forms. Okay, what is the reason to it? Yani, what is the reason to this changing, to this particular changing? It is to express different meanings which aren't expressed except through their own certain forms. Wadah barakallahu fikum. Is this clear now? Huh? Of course, this definition is going to be put into detail, but just, yes. So now, then we mentioned, or here the author mentioned, that there are concepts that should precede any science that you wish to study. Any science that you wish to study should be preceded with knowing 10 concepts. Okay? With knowing 10 concepts. So he says here, before embarking on any science, you should know 10 general concepts. It is extremely important to know at least one, okay, of those concepts, because you have to have some idea about something before doing it. Okay? So for example, you want to learn, for example, Aqidah, right? Or you want to learn Tawheed, for example. Or you want to learn Arabic, right? And you want to learn a certain a certain field of the Arabic, or a certain science, or a certain topic in the Arabic language. Like, for example, Sarf, for example, or An-Nahm. So you have to know, what is Sarf? What does it look into? What are you going to study in Sarf? What does Sarf, what of the Arabic language does or is Sarf involved in? You have to know this. Because if you study something you do not know, or you don't have any idea of, this is play, wasting your time. Okay? Because you don't know what you're studying, what you're supposed to get as a benefit, and you don't even know, and knowing that will help you have the correct intention. Why? Because when you know that what this certain science deals with, okay, you will know the ruling, for example. And when you know the ruling, you will know the correct intention to have. So for example, if this certain particular science is wajib, for example, then you will know that you are doing something wajib. That means you are releasing yourself from sin. And if it is mustahab, then you know that you are getting a big reward if you do so, etc. Wadah barakallahu fikum. So if you do something without knowing its subject or benefit, or what is it about, then you most probably will waste your time and not have any reward. You are going to fall into plus over that, on top of you not having any reward because you're not having the correct intention, you are going, most likely will fall into error when trying to imagine what issues that will be brought up when speaking on this certain science. So to prevent you from making mistakes when learning a particular science, you have to know you have to have a general idea about it, even if it is just one thing, one of those concepts. One of those 10 concepts. So the 10 general concepts have been gathered into the following 3 verses of poetry. This doesn't matter. It's not mandatory. We're just revising. Okay? So go ahead and basically the definition. The first is the definition. So you have to know the definition of the science that you are learning. Okay? So what is the definition of sarf? We already talked about that. And we said that sarf is the changing of the source into different forms in order to express different meanings that aren't expressed except through their own forms. So here, now you have the definition helped you get an idea about what you're going to be studying. So you know that now that what you're going to be studying is something that has to do with congregations. changing a word into different forms. So now you have a clear idea about what you're going to be handling and what you're going to be studying. Okay? So first, so the definition helped you to get an idea of what you're going to study and what you're going to, inshallah, embark into or engage yourself into. Then you have to know the subject. Okay? And the subject, of course, is understood from what the definition gives, what understanding the definition gives. And the third concept is the fruit. What's the benefit that you're going to get out of studying this particular science? The fourth is al-fadl, which is the merit of this science. Where does this science stand in respect to its merit? Or what is its importance when compared with other fields of knowledge? Okay. Then number 5, an-nisba, which is the position it takes from other sciences. Where does it fall? Then it falls under the Arabic sciences. Al-wadi', then you have other so then those other concepts, as we said, they're not they're not as important as the definition and the subject and the fruit. However, this is also very important, the Islamic ruling. That's why we said here, this is most important. The one who gives the ruling is Allah. The ruling of Allah. What's the ruling of Allah regarding this, learning this certain topic? Okay. Then you have al-wadi', the one who invented the science, the one who wrote down the science, or and the name of the science, and the source of the science, from where it is derived, and the issues of this science. Okay, so basically you don't have to know all of that, or you don't have to memorize all of that, inshallah, but the most important thing for you to know is the definition. That's why we just mentioned the definition here. See, we only mentioned one thing. Let's see if we mentioned anything else. The subject, the merit. Yeah, basically we have mentioned them all. It's okay. We'll go through them, inshallah, or through some of them. So the definition of sarf we already taken here. Okay, and now as you can see here, he will start explaining, okay, or putting into detail this definition, previous definition that we have taken. Okay, so again, we say, what is the definition of sarf? It is changing the source into different forms in order to express different meanings that aren't expressed except through their own forms. What do we mean by the source? And what do we mean by the form? As you can see here, there's a word which could possibly give many meanings. What is source? Source could be anything. It could be something physical, it could be something mental, etc. So source could be anything. What is the source? And also the form. What is the form? Or what do we mean by the form? Or when we use this word technically in this field of knowledge, what are we talking about? Or what are we wanting? What are we meaning from this word? Okay, so here he talks about al-masdar, the source. So the source is called in Arabic masdar. This is the source which we have referred to here, okay, in the definition. See, changing what? Changing the source. So now we're explaining what is the source. So the source is called what? Is called masdar. Okay, and masdar linguistically, of course, linguistically, source, you know what source is linguistically. Al-masdar means a source linguistically. So the linguistic meaning of the word masdar, this word here, masdar, okay, masdar, this word here linguistically means the source. Okay, it linguistically, yes, any source, linguistically. As we said, we explained to you in the previous class the difference between linguistic usage and the linguistic meaning and the technical meaning. And we said that the linguistic meaning is wider, or is general, and the what you call it, the technical meaning is specific. All right. So he said here is lugha meaning is the source, and the plural is masadir, 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 masadir. Okay, that's the plural. Now the source. What do we mean by the source? He explains here. He says it's istilah meaning. What does it mean when he says it's istilah meaning? What is istilah? What's this word here? What does this word mean? Istilah. Huh? Only 2, 3, 4 are answering. Technical. Very good. So it means the technical meaning. So what's the technical meaning? It is, what's the technical meaning of the word masdar? Referred to as source here in the definition. What is the technical meaning of it? It says it's the name of the act one does. The name of the act one does. And in English grammar, it's called the verbal noun. In English grammar, it's called the verbal noun. Okay? Because the verbal noun is a word you give or you name the very act one is doing. Okay? Like the act of walking, the act of eating, the act of talking, the act of hitting, the act of building. Okay? So you say eating, drinking, hitting, building, etc. It does not have a tense. It is not restricted to any time frame. That in the beginning, so here, one of the respected sisters asks, how can one know the masdar of a verb in Arabic? Okay, we say here, it is difficult for you in the beginning to know that, but you will know through in due time, inshallah. So at the beginning, you are going to be given the masdar. Yani, you are going to be given the verbal noun at the beginning. And then, inshallah, we're going to tell you that there are certain forms of the masadir. We're going to teach you in higher levels, yani, which is maybe level 2 and level 3. We're going to introduce to you how many forms are there to the masdar. And then that's how you'll know. That's how you'll know, inshallah. But at the beginning here, we're going to give you the masdar, okay? And teach you how to change the masdar into different forms. Okay? Now, here, inshallah, this is where it starts, where it all starts, actually. Okay, so here he says some examples. Now, eating in Arabic is called akl. It's called akl. Okay? Of course, aklun here. Aklun. Aklun. Yani because there's supposed to be a dhamma here on the lam. There's supposed to be a dhamma on the lam. Okay? Aklun. But we didn't pronounce that dhamma on the lam. Why? Why didn't we pronounce that dhamma on the lam? Good. Good. What's the principle that we gave you in that? That the Arabs don't stop with what? Or don't end with what? They don't end with what? Very good. They don't end with a haraka. Neither do they start with yes, a silent letter. Okay? So they don't end with a يعني yes, a haraka, yes, a moving letter. Neither do they neither do they what? Neither do they begin with a silent letter. Okay? Can you try? Yes. Okay? واضح? So that's why we said akl, although in English The phonetics we gave you is aklun. Aklun. Okay? Okay. Now, in the beginning, barakallahu fikum, you can go ahead and pronounce the last haraka you end with. So you can go ahead and say aklun here. Why? Because even though that's the principle, the scholars said that when teaching, it is okay. When learning, it is okay. So when you're learning, it is okay to pronounce it, so you can learn. So you can learn how the end is pronounced when joining it with another. So you can go ahead and say aklun. Okay? Aklun. 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 Now what does aklun mean? It means the act of eating. The eating itself is called aklun. Okay? This is a masdar. This is a masdar. This is a verbal noun. This is an Arabic verbal noun. Yes. واضح? This is an Arabic verbal noun here. Okay? A verbal noun in Arabic. Aklun. What does aklun mean? It means the act of eating. Okay? This is a masdar. This you will be changing into different forms. That's what you're doing in Sarf. That's what you will be doing in Sarf. You, after finishing level 1, you will have the ability to change this source, this masdar, this verbal noun. What do I mean by verbal noun? The act that one is doing. Okay. Now, I will explain that inshallah. Just let me finish my sentence. So you will be able, after learning level 1, to change this masdar, this word right here, which is akl, to many forms. Yani, you want to speak, okay, or you want to know how to produce the past verb from akl, from eating. Yani, what's the past verb from eating? You will be able to do that after yani, you are given some principles. You will be able to do that on your own without having someone to tell you how to do it, or without going every now and then to the dictionary to check how to say it. Okay, so you will obtain, after learning level 1 inshallah, you will obtain the ability to change this particular source here, the source, because why did we call it the source, or why was it given the name masdar, which means source? Because it is the source out of which many forms branch. It is the origin out of which many forms branch. Yani, which many forms branch out from. Okay? It is the origin out of which many forms branch from. واضح barakallahu fikum. Okay? Now, someone just asked here, what is the verbal noun? The verbal noun is a word expressing the act one is doing. Okay? So now, yani, for example, if you pass by someone who's putting food in his mouth, and chewing it, and intaking it, what do you call that act? What name do you give that act? You say that is eating, right? This is the verbal noun, barakallahu fiki. This is the verbal noun, okay? And if you pass by someone, for example, who's intaking water or any liquid, what do you call that act? Say that's drinking. So drinking is a verbal noun. Okay? Yeah, that's what it means. Okay? And if you pass by someone, huh, who's wearing a safety helmet, for example, and placing a brick over another, okay, and fixing it on it, what do you call that act? Huh? They call that's the act of building. So this is a verbal noun. This is a verbal noun. Okay? In Arabic, the verbal noun is called al-masdar. واضح? And yeah, and this, no problem, no problem. I understand. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And this, what you call it? Yes, this masdar is going to be the base, the base which we will depend on in producing many forms, many type of forms. واضح? Yes, the source. Okay, is this clear? Barakallahu feekum. Yes. So the base which you will station yourself on when producing many forms, what's it going to be? You always have to remember this. It's going to be the masdar. Okay? So akil, and examples are akil. Akil. Akil is a masdar. Okay? Then you have, it means the act of eating. Then we have another word here, which is shurb. Shurb. Shurbun. You can say shurbun and you can say shurb. If you stop at it, say shurb. 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 Shurb is the act of drinking. Then you have darb. 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 Darb is the act of hitting. Okay? Then you have bina. 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 Bina is the act of building. All of these words, what are they called? Barakallahu feekum. Huh? What are they called? All of those words. What type of words are they? They are masadir. Masadir is the plural. Okay? Each one of those is a masdar. Yes, verbal nouns. But now, we told you there are verbal nouns just to make you understand what they are. But now, okay, try to adjust yourself into saying masdar instead of saying verbal noun, okay? There's a difference in saying drink and drinking in Arabic, of course. Of course. There's a difference. There's a way you can say, okay, even in drink. Even in drink, okay? Now drink, does it have one meaning in English? Drink, the very word. No, drink could be the thing that you're drinking, right? And it could be also the act that you're doing, right? And it could be also the command. Drink, my boy, drink this, right? So here, in Arabic, we have a certain form for all of those meanings. Okay? So for example, you want to drink, right? So you say, for example, how to say drink in the sense of the thing that you're drinking. So we say mashroob. Mashroob, for example. Okay? And if you want to express, or if you want to command, you say ishrab. Ishrab. See, you're using the same root letters, but the only thing you're doing, you're changing how it sounds like, how it looks like. You're changing the forms. And if you want to say, for example, he drank, you say sharaba. See? You're using the same letters, the same root letters, but all you're doing differently, what you're doing differently is you're giving different harakat. And you are sometimes adding more letters. واضح بارك الله فيكم, as you shall see here. Okay? So let's go ahead and use darb, for example, right? Now darb, what does it mean? It means the act of hitting. So it means hitting. Darb means hitting. Darb here means hitting. Okay, so as you can see here, we're gonna, give this example here, which is darb. Okay, look at this example here. Okay, darb is a what? Is a masdar. See how the masdar is illustrated here in a way which shows you that it is an origin. It is the mother word, okay, from which many forms branch. واضح بارك الله فيكم. واضح. See, okay. Now darb, you're going to take advantage from this word. No, darb here is a verbal noun, as we agreed before. Darb is a verbal noun. Okay, and darb means the act of hitting. Yes, it's a word, but it's a word that has its meaning. It's a word which has a verbal noun meaning. And it's a word which means the act, the very act. Okay, the very act of hitting. Okay, now as you can see here, of course here is not clear. Is it clear, the harakat? It's a bit foggy, isn't it? Okay, fine then. Let's take a new board, okay? And I don't want to use darb. Let's use something different, okay? Let's use shurb, for example, since we, illustrated a bit, or since we focused a bit on that. Shurb, okay? Let's take shurb, okay? Shurb. Now, what does shurb mean, as we have just explained? Shurb. Shurbun, for example. It means the act of drinking, right? Okay, now this is a masdar, right? Now you, in Sarf, you're going to have the ability to change this word, okay, into different forms. Okay, why? Here we say now. See, now you pay attention, barakallah fikum. Now you have this source, okay, or this mother word, out of which many forms branch. Okay, let's not say that. Let's say now you have this mother word, right? Okay. Okay. Now, this word has a meaning. طيب. This word has a meaning, right? What does it mean? It means the act itself. Okay, so which is the act itself, right? So this word has a meaning, okay, which is the act of self. Okay, the act itself. All right. Now, is this the only meaning you are going to use in speech? No. Okay. Do you sometimes wish to say, for example, or to express, I hit, instead of hitting? So yeah, you would like to do that. Yes, I want to learn Arabic, so I want to know how to say I drank. Or yes, I drank. Okay? Instead of saying drinking, you want to be able to say in Arabic, I drank. And you also want to be able to say he drank. And you also want to be able to say they drank. And you also would like to be able to say I am drinking right now. واضح? And sometimes, in some situations, you want to say he's drinking. Okay? And in some situations, you want to say those group of women are drinking. Okay? So So here, what do you notice, barakallahu fikum? Here, you notice, okay, that there are many meanings and ways you want to express of the act of drinking, right? Okay, now the secret here, barakallahu fikum, secret here that you have to always put back in your mind, okay, or the main point here in Arabic is that every meaning, every particular meaning in Arabic has its own form, right? Every particular meaning you wish to express has its own form to use to express. All right, barakallahu fikum. Whoever wants to copy this, let him print the screen now, because I'm gonna, I'm gonna erase it now. Okay. Jazakillahu khair. All right. So you can take a moment, inshallah, contemplate on this, on what we have written, see if you have understood it, okay, and then we'll proceed, inshallah. So we proceed, inshallah. We'll proceed, inshallah. We're going to erase the board now. Okay. Bye. Now, the second last sentence. Here you notice that there are many meanings. Yes. Many meanings and ways you wish to express the act of drinking. Good? Okay? All right. Okay? Now. Okay. Now, what do you want to express? Okay? You give me some meanings which you want to express from the general meaning of drinking. What would you like to say in Arabic, for example? What would you like to say? And I appreciate if, yeah, okay, good. So, I appreciate if the newcomers, okay, or the people who who don't attend usually live classes to participate more, inshallah. Okay, so you want to say, he drank. Okay, so let's put it here. He drank. Okay, what else? Okay, someone wants to say, she drank. Okay, what else? Okay, I like to drink. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're gonna take some of those. Okay. Okay, I like to drink will have to include words. So we're gonna take the meanings which only include the very one word, which is a word, yani, only having the root letters of shurb. So instead of saying I like to drink, we'll say I drink. Okay? Okay. You drank? Okay, fine. You drank. A group of women drank. Okay, good. A group, mashallah, a group of women drank. Now, subhanallah, look at that. A group of women drank, right? That will be expressed in one word. Just one word. Instead of saying a group of women drank, in Arabic, there's only one word to express that. Okay? Now, So a group of women drank. What else, barakallah fikum? Pardon me if I missed some participations. Aywa. Uh-huh. Ordering a group of men to drink, mashallah. That's a long one. Ordering a group of men to drink. Okay. We drank. Okay, we drank. Huh, what else? What else? He was drinking. Okay. He was drinking. Okay, fine. He was drinking. No, he was drinking will involve more than one word. Okay, no problem. Um, a little drink? Oh, you mean a single drink? Yeah. Okay, a little drink. Okay. Good, good. A little drink. A little drink. Okay, what else? Huh. They drank. I think we already say that. Did we say that? Oh no. Okay. They drank. Okay, they drank. Huh. What else? She drinks. She drinks. Okay. Did we say that before? She drinks. She drinks. Hmm? No, we said she drank. Okay, good. What else? Huh. What else? Drink in command form. Okay, drink. As in command. Okay. What else? Huh. I will drink. That will include another word. So try another one, inshallah. Two women drank. Okay. Two women drank. Okay. What else? Huh. A man and a woman drank. Okay, that's gonna be the same. طيب خير inshallah. Let's choose another one, inshallah. Two women are drinking. Two women. Okay, to include also Sister Fatima's participation, so we're going to say a man and woman are drinking. Okay. Oh yes, yes, it will. Yes, you're right. It will. Yes, good. Okay, fine then. We will put edit. A man and woman are drank. Good. Okay, barakallah fik. All right. See, all of these different, barakallahu fikum, different things we would like to express. Okay? How are they expressed in English? Huh? How many number? It is always multiple words we have to use in English in order to express those meanings, right? Isn't that so? Huh? Didn't you notice that? Except in one place, which is drink. Otherwise, the rest is all multiple words we have to use. Allahu Akbar. More than one word. In Arabic, we only use one word. And in a particular way. To express those particular meanings. Okay? And this is proof enough to tell you why Allah chose this language to be the language of His last books. Because it's the best language. Strongest language. Strongest language. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and show you and demonstrate for you how the different forms are going to be. Okay. Now shurb. Now how many? Um, what you call it? How many letters or how many root letters are there in the word shurb? Root letters. How many root letters? So it's going to be three root letters. Three. Okay. Now the interesting part here, that in every form we're going to write right now, with every meaning, all those letters are going to be there. All those letters are going to be there. Okay? Now, now, now you're going to, okay, I will add up some more meanings which you have not mentioned. Okay? One who drinks a lot. Okay? Some more interesting meanings that some of you have, that all none of you have mentioned. Or a drinker, or something drank, or drunk. Yes. Um, okay. No, that's something else. One who is drunk, that's something else. Okay. Now here, he drank. Yes. Same as in English. Same as in English, yani the D or and the R and the N and the K. You mean? Same as in English, but in English we have to use extra words. In most cases. Same as in English, but in English we have to use, always have to use, or mostly have to use extra words. Okay? This is the difference. So he drank. He drank. Let's see how to do it. We're going to write the same root letters here. Same root letters, which is the sheen. What's the root letters here? The sheen and the, do you know those letters? Any of you here not familiar with the letters? Anyone? Don't be ashamed to say. طيب. Sheen, Ra, Ba. So there are three letters here. Sheen, Ra, Ba. Same letters, same letters. Same letters that are in the verbal noun, that they're in the masdar. Okay? But here, how do you spell this here, the masdar? How do you spell this? You say shurb. Shurbun. Shurbun. Okay. Let's do a little revision or some exercise before we continue. The sheen here, what sign does it have? It has a dhamma. Okay, that letter, or any letter which has a dhamma, what do we call it? Very good. We call it madmum. What else is madmum here? What else is madmum? The ba also. The ba also is madmum. Has a dhamma as well. Okay? Okay. The ra, it is silenced. It has that little O sign. That O sign we haven't explained yet. Okay. That O sign is called sukoon. is called sukoon. Sukoon means silence. Okay? Sukoon means a pause or a silence or being still. Sukoon is the opposite of movement. Sukoon in Arabic is the opposite of movement, is the exact opposite of movement. Things are either moving or still. Okay? So this is sukoon. This is the linguistic meaning of sukoon. Okay? Then we have the, what you call it, the technical meaning of sukoon is having no haraka, having none of the three harakats which we have explained in yesterday's revision class, which is the dhamma and the fatha and the kasra. So, if a letter does not have a dhamma, neither a fatha, neither a kasra, what's it going to be? It's going to be silence, because you're not going to make any sound with it except pronouncing it. واضح? So, when it doesn't have any sounds with it, yes? Sorry, about what? You want me to repeat? So, when we don't, so we don't, طيب. So when we don't have any sounds, when we don't make any sounds with it, we pause at it. Sure. See? Sure. So we silenced it and we did not give it any sounds. Okay? So this is called sukoon. This is called sukoon. This O, little O that's above the letter is called sukoon. And the letter which has it is called sakin, which means silenced. So the technical meaning of sukoon is that little O above the letter which expresses it being silenced when pronounced. Okay, that's the technical meaning of sukoon. Okay, now we have two new terms we have given you today. Okay, which is sukoon and what? Sakin. What is sukoon? What's the... Good. No, that's the linguistic meaning. What's the technical meaning? Yes, small O on a letter expressing it being silenced when pronounced. Okay? Okay? Okay. Alright. Alright. And sakin, what's sakin? Sakin is the letter which is being silenced. What's the... ahsant, sukoon is the masdar, yes. Sukoon is a masdar. It's silencing. Sukoon means silencing. Okay? Or stillness. Okay, good. Good understanding, yeah, Aba Zayd. Okay? And sakin is the letter which is silenced. Now, going back again to what we were explaining. Okay, we had to stop there because we had to explain to you what sukoon is. Now here, the sheen has a dhamma. Therefore, it is mad. It is madmum. Good. And the ra has a sukoon, which makes it sakin. Sakin, right? And the ba has a dhamma also, which makes it madmum. Okay? So dhamma, sukoon, dhamma. Right? Now watch here what we're going to do. So we used those three letters, okay, and we took them to our library, our laboratory, where we are applying some changes according to what we wish to express. Okay? Yeah, same as مضموم. نعم. واضح؟ Now, here, instead of the sheen having a dhamma, in shurb, in the masdar, we're going to give it a fatha here. So, what do you mean? Does the harakat also include the masdar? What do you mean? You mean, does the masdar also have harakat? That's what you're saying? Yeah, of course. No. It changing doesn't contradict it having harakat. Okay? Every word has to have harakat in it. Every word, whichever it may be. Okay? The only time in every case, even the root letters. Yani when you pronounce the root letters, huh? How do you pronounce them? Don't you say sha, ra, ba? Huh? At least that's how to do it technically, or scientifically, how to pronounce the letters alone. Let's say there's a, a sheen alone, and a ra alone, and a ba alone. Okay? You either say sheen, ra, ba. Now she, when you said she, didn't you give it a haraka? Huh? You give it a haraka. When you say ra, didn't you give it a haraka? Yes, you give it a haraka, which is a fatha. When you say ba, didn't you give it a haraka? Yes, you give it a haraka, which is a fatha. واضح? The other way you could say it is shah, ra, ba. That's how to pronounce letters when they're alone. Okay? Shah, wa ra, wa ba. Same thing. You gave each haraka. So every letter, whenever it's pronounced with a haraka. But the harakat also change according to the form. Yes. يعني you يعني change from one haraka to another according to the certain form that you want to change to. واضح? So now, so it is the harakat which are the most important in changing. Here, يعني it's not about the harakat as much as it is about the certain scale which the word has to be upon to express a certain meaning. Okay? Yani don't relate it to just harakat. Yes, harakat is one of the main factors which a form includes. But here it depends on the certain pattern which the forms follow in order to express certain meanings. Understood? So it changed according to something else. Yeah, according to the form, to the scale that you will fit it on. Okay? Yeah, it will become clear. Yes, it will become clear later on. Because now we haven't given you the scales yet. Okay? No problem. No, this is what I want. I want the student to make sure for himself that he is understanding, that he understood everything. No problem at all. No interruption at all. This interruption is what I encourage and like the chapters and so on. Yes. Okay. All will come in due time, inshallah. Now, so here, how did I pronounce the shah in the masdar? What did I say? Did I say shah? Huh? No, I said shu, right? Here I'm going to change it. When I want to change it to he drank, instead of saying shu, I'm going to say shah. So I'm going to make it a maftuh instead of making it a huh. Instead of making it a madmoom. So instead of it being a madmoom, I'm going to turn it into being a huh, into being a maftuh. Maftuh means what? Just checking again. Huh? What does maftuh mean? Having a, very good. Having a fatha. Having a fatha. No, opened, we said that's the linguistic meaning. But we only gave you the linguistic meaning to know or to relate it to the technical meaning. So now, khalas, you're going to, when you practice and when you apply the principles, don't use the linguistic meanings anymore. So the linguistic meanings are only given to you in the beginning to relate it to the technical meanings. Otherwise, the meaning that you are going to understand from each of those words are the technical meanings. So here, when you ask, yes. So here, khalas, here, after you knowing what the linguistic meaning is, the meaning that you're going to use now is a technical one. Okay? Yani basically, what I was trying to say is that the linguistic meaning is only an introduction to you knowing what is the technical meaning. Get it? واضح بارك الله فيكم. So, sha. Okay? And then I'm going to tell you, make the ra also a maftuh. Make also the ra a maftuh. So, how are you going to say this? Huh? How do we pronounce? If we give a fatha to the ra, what are we going to say? Ra, shara. Good, mashallah. Shara. Shara. Good. Okay, Yalla, I want all to participate. Yeah, all students, inshallah. Yalla, try, because this is an effective way in learning. That you participate is an effective way, inshallah. So, shara, very good. Okay, now I'm also going to ask you to do the same to the last letter, which is the what do you call this letter? The ba. Okay, so what are you going to? Okay, so make it a maftuh also. So, sharaba. Okay, sharaba. Yes, go ahead, ask. Go ahead. Nobody asks permission. Just post your question. If you have it, immediately post it. No problem. شارب. نعم. نعم. شرب. نعم. You're right. Okay, then here we'll correct and we'll give the ra a kasra. شاربة. Okay, we'll give the ra a kasra. جزاك الله خيرا. Now we'll correct it here, and the ra doesn't take a fatha here, takes a kasra, for a reason that I will inshallah mention in the future, inshallah. So shariba. There we go. Shariba. 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 Now this, naam, you will understand inshallah. I know you're asking why didn't we give it a fatha and we give it a kasra. You will understand inshallah as soon as we start introducing to you what is called chapters. You will understand inshallah. Okay, so so correcting again, the ra gets a kasra, not a fatha. Okay, so shariba. Naam, so it's ri. Shariba. Shariba. وفيك. طيب. Now shariba. What did we do here? Didn't we change the masdar? Huh? Didn't we change the masdar? Yes, we did. What did we change it to? Didn't we change it to a different form? Yes, we did. Why did we change it to this different form? Is it not to express a certain meaning? Yes, it is to express a certain meaning. And this meaning, does it have any other form? No. This meaning has only this form and no other. Excused. واضح? So, شرب, we changed it from sounding that way and being pronounced that way into being pronounced in this way, a new fashion, a new look. واضح? Another look for another meaning. Basically, that's what it is. Another look for another meaning. Another form for another meaning. That's what you're going to do in Sarf. Okay? And this, barakallahu feekum, I know that probably a lot of you did not start with Sarf. Rather, they started with grammar. This is what you should be learning first. Sarf comes before grammar, especially to the ancient scholars, not the late ones. And especially in the classical way ilm was taught. It was taught especially to the non-Arabs in this way. Why? Because if you don't know which form of a word to use in the beginning, how will you even know how to put words together? If you're not even putting the correct words together, how will you put words together correctly? Yes, because the scholars are of two types. There is the ancient scholars and there is the late scholars. The ancient scholars are called al-mutaqaddimun. And the late scholars, what we mean late, the 400s and above. After the first 3 generations. Okay? They're called al-mutaakhirun. No, here the masdar is only shurbun. واضح? Yes. So al-mutaakhirun. ايش? No. Late scholars al-mutaakhirun. Okay? So, would make me confuse. Yes, we were taught grammar first, and I used to think from where the extra letters coming, and this would make me confused. Good. So this, by learning this, brother Farhat, now everything will fall into place. No, it doesn't matter now, al-mutaqaddim mutaakhirun, because we don't want to go off course with the little time we have, inshallah. All right. So here you will know which words to use. This is important. Now, barakallahu feekum. Do the bricks, when building, do the bricks come fixed together? Or do they come independently, brick by brick? Brick by brick. Okay? And are all the bricks, okay, every time the same size? Or is it going to differ sometimes? It's going to differ sometimes. واضح? Sometimes you need to break the brick in half. Sometimes you need to change it a bit. Change its height. Sometimes its width. Okay? So, when you know your bricks, you'll know where to put them. Right, barakallahu feekum? Common sense. If you know your bricks correctly, you know where to fit them. Where, which place. But if in the beginning You don't know which bricks to use. Huh? Will you put them together? Will they be fitted together correctly? No. They look odd, awkward, and they probably will fall. واضح بارك الله فيكم. That's why, as I said before, the scholars gave the parable of those three sciences, which is morphology, grammar, and eloquency, of a house built. So when you bring the house, you bring first the bricks separately, brick by brick. And then, after knowing your bricks, not before, after, you start putting them together. Right? So, knowing the bricks individually, this is what you learn in Sarf, because you know the words individually and how every word should be and what state it should be on. Then when you start putting them together, this should be a second level or a second process, which is illustrated in an-nahu, which is grammar. Because grammar speaks about words when they are in sentences, not before. Huh? How would we know which bricks to use? By knowing which forms to use. Which forms of words, just as knowing which forms of bricks. Get it? Which forms of words, just as we have to know. And we have to know which forms of bricks to use to fit where. We have to know also which forms of words to use to fit where in our sentence. Clear? Huh? Of course, memorizing in general is the way to perfect anything. Okay? Yani for example now, what's a subject that is preferred to you? Blessed sister. A subject which is preferred to you. What is it? Any subject, not the Islamic subject. Any subject, worldly subject, whether it be physics, whether it be medicine, any subject. What's a subject that's preferred to you? Anything. Maths. Okay. Now, if someone was to ask you, for example, okay, a certain principle in math. What's the principle to get this sort of equation? Won't you answer? It'll be easy. Yes, it'll be easy for you to answer. Why? Isn't it because you have that principle memorized in you? Huh? Yes, you do. So it's the same as any other science. Obviously, it'll be, yani, eventually you will have to يعني know the principle. Okay, you'll have it memorized. Okay, but here, brothers and sisters, I don't want us to say like, oh, should we memorize all of that? That's too much. So no, here, what is the difference between knowing those principles here and all the principles that you already know from your past education? It's the same thing. Well, that is no different than any other science. It's the same thing. Basically, some information which you have to know in order to solve a certain issue in Arabic. So it's the same thing. If you're talking about memorizing from that aspect, yes. It's any other science would be the same, especially when it's a language. Well, I hope this is clear. So, Shariba, going back to what we were explaining. Shariba. Yes. Now we want, instead of saying he drank, we want to say she drank. Now, وإياكم. I don't know, JFK, does that mean Jazakallahu khairan? If it is, وإياكم. So she drank. She drank. See, this time, see, in Arabic, to change it from he to she, we do the same that we did. We say shariba, same thing, but in Arabic we have a certain sign for femininity. We have a certain sign for femininity, which is the ta, the silent ta. So shariba, same thing. Shariba, same thing. All you need to do to change it from he to she is add a ta and give it what? Give it a sukun. That's all you need to do. واضح بارك الله فيكم. So شربت. Okay? شربت. Now شربت means she drank. Okay? So here, what did we, or how did we change the form of شرب? Huh? What did we do? Over شرب. Huh? Over شرب, what did we do? We added a letter. This is number one. Okay? And we gave this letter what? A sukun. That's all we did. واضح? And we did, of course, the same changings that we did to shariba, to he drank. Okay, now I drink. And sharibat, the additional letter, where did it fall? In which place? After the word, or before the word, or in the middle of the word? Huh? After the word, yani at the end. Okay? Okay, now I drink. There's going to be an addition in the beginning of the word. In the beginning of the word. Okay? So instead of saying sharibat, instead of having that added letter after the word, we have it at the beginning and we say ah. We add a hamza in the beginning of the word. Ah. This is number one. Then we bring the sheen. We bring the sheen. The same sheen, which is the root letter, the first root letter. Then we make this sheen a sakin. What does that mean? What do we give it? If we make it a sakin, what do we give it? A sukun. Very good. Okay. Oh, yeah, and before I forget, we give the hamza a fatha. So how do you pronounce this now? What I've written on the board. Ash. Ash. Okay? Then we bring the second root letter, which is which? No, ash. Huh? Which is which? Which is ra. Okay? And we give this ra this time a fatha. We give the ra this time a fatha. So how do we say it? Ash. Ash what? Ash ra. Ash ra. Which is maftuh. Good. Which is maftuh. Good. Ash ra. Okay? Then we go ahead and bring the third root letter from shurbun, which is what? Which is the ba. We go ahead and write it here. Okay? And then we give this ba a dhamma. يعني we make it مضموم. So we say أشرب. أشرب. Now أشرب means I drink. Go ahead. Now notice here, barakallahu fikum. Notice something very important here. Okay? Can we use أشرب to express she drank instead of I drink? Huh? No. In Arabic, no. Why? Because each form originally has its own meaning, and each meaning has its own form. No, we don't say u. In any case, we don't say u. We say a. In all cases, just as long as this is a three-letter. Now, so here, can we use different meanings for other than the forms used for them? No. واضح? Clear? For each one of those meanings, there's a certain form. Okay? Now I explained to you, so in this case, it is used for both male and female. Good understanding. Here, I drink is used for both male and female. Okay? Because I covers both male and female. Okay? All right. Now I explained to you three forms slowly and step by step. Now watch, observe how there are going to be different forms, each one different from the other. Has to be different in a way. Observe how I change different forms for different meanings. You drank will be sharabta. 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 Now notice, is sharabta the same as sharibat? عفوا شربت. Let me just correct that. شربت, not شربت. شربت. Is شربت the same as شربت? What's the difference? Here, the ba is silenced, not the ta. But here, the ta is silenced. And here, the ta got the fatha. And here, the ba got the fatha. See? It's different. It has to be different. So here, no problem, no problem. May Allah make it easy for you. Isn't shariba يشرب? No, not يشرب. 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 شرب يشرب من باب علم. من باب علم. واضح؟ اي نعم. طيب. Okay, now a group of women drank. Now, the way we're going to say this is شربنا وإياك. شربنا. شربنا. See, it's different. This time it's a noon added. And notice, barakallahu fikum, that if I don't place a sign on a word, on a letter, pardon me, what would that mean? That would mean it's silenced. It's sakin. Okay? So you don't have to always put that little O on top of the letter. The minute that letter loses that O or loses any sign, then by default know that it is sakin. Okay? And this is based upon you reading a text which has harakat. Okay? But inshallah, when you get used to the different forms and all of that, okay, you will reach to a point where you are ready to read a text without any harakat. Inshallah. Inshallah. but it needs effort. It needs effort, barakallah fikum. Huh? Nothing comes easy. Everything comes with a bit of effort, right? It needs effort and it needs time. It needs patience. So you have to be patient with knowledge, inshallah. Okay? And you have to give it your all. For when you give it your all, patience, knowledge will give you some of it. Because you'll never get to have all knowledge. Okay? So this is a saying, a quote of our scholars. They say, العلم إن لم تعطيه كلك أو يعني if you give it your all, it will give you some of it. So if you give it your all and it'll give you some of it, what if you give it some of you, يعني some of your time, not all, huh? It'll give you very, very little. It might maybe not even nothing. Okay, so basically dedicate yourself. If you want to reach to the real knowledge, you have to dedicate, you commit yourself to it. Okay, be serious with it at least, and inshallah you will end up getting some of it. واضح? So شربنا, this is, see, شربنا, only one word to express what a group of women drank. Subhanallah. Okay, now ordering a group of men to drink is ishrabu. So here you can notice we added a lot of letters. Okay, but still one in one single attached word pronounced. Ishrabu. Ishrabu. Ordering a group of men to drink. Ishrabu. Okay? We drank, pardon me, we drank, this time we're going to say sharibna. MashaAllah. Ribna. Sharibna. Na, yani the noon and the alif signifies the group. The group of the ones speaking. So the alif is not treated alone, but with the noon before it. Na expresses the group speaking. Okay, sharibna. All right. Then here, okay, a little drink. A little drink. Okay, here we say shirb. Shirb. Okay, or a drink. Shirb. Shirb. Yani a little share of drinking. Shirb. Shirbun. Okay? Okay. Then you want to express they drank. So you say sharabu. Sharabu. Sharibu, afwan. Sharibu. I keep giving the ra a fatha because usually we start with daraba, so that's why we always say darab. We always give the middle letter a fatha. Sharibu. Sharibu means they drank. She drinks. Now notice that here it says she drinks, which is different from she drank. And even the tense and the time frame makes a difference. Yes, sharibu is a group. So here she drinks is tashrabu. Not she drank, but she drinks, yani now. Or in the future. Okay? Tashrabu. Does shurbah have the same root letter? No. No. But I have never a shurbatun. I haven't heard of that shurba. No. Do they use shurba expressing soup? شوربة يعني I don't know if that is a يعني correct in proper Arabic. That is slang. But I don't know if it is correct يعني in the proper Arabic. Yes, يعني in a lot of dialects they say to the soup شوربة. Okay? But in the proper Arabic, Allahu Alam. Okay? Drink command اشرب. 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 Two women drank. Two women drank. شربتا. Yes. Drink to a man, yes. شربتا. See? See how in all congregations, barakallahu fikum, we are preserving those three root letters. A man and women are drinking. Okay? شربا. نعم. يشربان. 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 A man and woman drank. شربا. شربا. One who drinks a lot is شارب. شارب. Not شرب, but شارب. Okay? Then a drinker. شارب. شارب. Huh? Not شارب. That's شارب. Here is شارب. Can اشرب be said as اشرب? No. Sukun must be here. In the command, it doesn't take a dhamma at the end. Okay? Unless it is followed and attached by another. Something drunk, which is يعني مشروب. مشروب. Yes, that's a principle that you'll take in grammar, inshallah. So what did we notice here, brothers and sisters? Do you have the form ضراب يعني شراب? Allahu alam. It needs verification. Ustadh, what will be present here is drinking, and she is drinking. He is drinking. يشرب. And she is drinking. تشرب. نعم. شجرة and are three in all letters. نعم. Subhanallah. One master we got. Yes. واضح بارك الله فيكم. So you notice here that here we applied changes to one word, bringing it into different forms. Why? What's the use? What's the purpose? What's the purpose? The purpose is to express different meanings that aren't expressed except through their own form. They have their own forms. Barakallahu feekum. واضح? Clear? Is this clear? Barakallahu feekum? Huh. This is the subject of sarf. This is what you'll get here. This is what you'll be able to do after you master. واضح barakallahu feekum? This is what you'll get to do. And the interesting part is you'll get to do it yourself. Okay? After learning it, of course. Huh? You get to do it yourself after learning it. After learning the principles, the proper principles, and getting used to it, with much revision, it will become a second nature to you. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. واضح? So here you have examples in the book, and here you have examples as well from different words. So we have explained all of that to you. Okay? Now, going back, inshallah, to the book. Now, here it says, students should first learn the science of sarf, because learning now, this is the point I had mentioned to you just a while ago. Students should first learn the science of sarf before learning nahu, grammar, as nahu teaches how to form a sentence. But sarf teaches what words to use before forming the sentences. After learning the science of sarf, the students will have the principles that will allow them to bring all the different forms from any particular masdar. Clear? Is this clear? Barakallahu feekum? Yeah? Okay. Here a side benefit that says, remember that the point is not to finish a level. Huh? Yani, not, oh, when are we going to finish? No. Rather, it is for you to understand it. Don't worry about finishing. Don't set your mind about when you're going to finish. Although you know when you're going to finish this revision. Okay? But that's not important. Don't set your mind on that. Set your mind on understanding. Okay? It might take longer than someone else understanding it. Yani with you, okay? It might take longer. Okay? Either because you're new to all of this, or because, for example, you don't have any background of this language. Okay? There are many reasons. And for some people, mashallah, Allah could bestow upon them the ni'mah of understanding quickly. So people differ and vary. So don't worry about when you're going to finish, but worry about understanding, inshallah. And the more you're focused on that, on understanding the principle that is given to you, the faster you'll finish. But here, correct your niyyah. Correct your intention, which we always remind ourselves and you. Okay? Always correct your intention. Let not the devil deceive you, saying that, oh, when you're going to finish, so it can be said that so and so has finished level 1 and now is going to level 2. No. Be careful. Don't fall into that trap. You want to understand for your own benefit. Okay? You don't want to do something to be said that you have done it. Okay? Because here you'd be falling into something very dangerous. Okay? Anyways, don't worry about finishing. Don't ask how long it is going to take. The important thing is that you understand. And the more you understand, the shorter it will take. Now, we're going to understand, or we're going to talk about something which is called bina and al-abniya. Basically, the form. How to say the word form in Arabic. The word form in Arabic is expressed by the word bina. Bina. So a bina is form. And bina linguistically means putting something on another. Yes. Yes, at Ismail. Putting something on another so that it stays. يعني fixing something on something else. That's what it is. Basically building. Fixing something on another. Okay? This is the linguistic meaning of bina. Bina. And the plural is abniyah. Abniyah. Why did I say abniyah although there's a ta at the end? Abniyah. See? Notice I said a ta. There's a ta at the end. But why did I say abniyah? Why did I pronounce it as a ha? Very good. What's the principle regarding that? Huh. Every ta which is ended with is pronounced as what? Huh? As a ha. Remember. Don't forget that. Abniyah. Which is the example we gave last class, which is yesterday? Anyone remember? What's the very word that we... Huh? أيوة. ضربة. ضربة. Very good. ضربة. Okay. Very good, mashallah. So here, this is the linguistic meaning. توكلي على الله. وإياك. Now, this is the linguistic meaning. Now, what's important here, okay, what's important here, barakallahu feekum, is to get to know the technical meaning. Now remember, the linguistic meaning is just an introduction to you understanding better the technical meaning. So once you know the linguistic meaning, okay, keep it stored, but remember that the meaning you're going to use is the technical meaning. Okay? واضح؟ نعم. So, its istilah meaning, its technical meaning refers to what makes up a word. What makes up a word? Good. An example, the number of letters, their order, the harakat and sukoon they have, and the original and extra letters all in their positions. No, if you have questions, ask at the same moment, okay, because we said this is a revision class, so it's going to be different than the usual classes. So if anyone has a question, let him ask immediately, inshallah. No. It has a difference. Yeah, basing something on something else. Not it has not fixing it. Doesn't have the meaning of fixing. واضح؟ على كل حال. طيب. The قياس is a particular بناء. The قياس is more particular than البناء. بناء is general. واضح؟ نعم. نعم. Okay, now these factors are what build up a word in Arabic. These factors here. In other words, one of the students, mashallah, just corrected me. Okay, first I was saying in example, because I thought this was example, but here in other words, or another word for it, or another way to say it, is nam. Yeah, that is. So here What makes up a word? It is the number. Yes, subhanallah. And I was even asking myself, why do they say in example when it's not an example? It is the same thing. So subhanallah, one of the students, jazahullahu khairan, or jazahullahu khairan, just clarified that to me. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. So, in other words, the number of letters, okay? So when you, yani a form in Arabic, a form of a word, what is it? It is the number of letters there are. Yani these things, these factors are what make up and build up a form of a word, okay? When we use the word forms, which is abniyah, okay? What are the factors? You say the number of letters, okay? The order they are in. This is number two. Factor number two. Factor number three, the harakat. Yani what are the vowels they have? The dhamma and the fatha and the kasra, right? Okay? And we have the sakanat, sukun. The sukuns. Okay? How many silent letters are there? Okay? And the original and extra letters. What is meant by the original letters? The original letters are the root letters. And the extra letters, you see how we added here? How we added letters here over the root letters? Yes? Are you with me? Huh? I know it's long now, but try and bear with patience, inshallah. So here, you notice that the letters are which have stayed, which have remained in all congregations and in all forms are original letters. Okay? And the letters which you see drop from some forms and are found in other forms, yani letters which aren't always there in every form, those are extra letters. Those are considered what? What? Those are considered what? Considered extra letters. Get it? واضح بارك الله فيكم. So here, take this as an example, بارك الله فيكم. Go ahead and print the screen because you could use this. This is going to be beneficial for you, okay? Because you're going to analyze those words, and whichever letters stay, remain, never drop from any form, you'll know that those are the original letters, meaning the root letters, okay? And yes, we can say that as well. Now, four things, it's better to say four factors, yes. But this is the same thing, okay? And you can say that but on the other hand, you see the letters that are that are over the letters that remain, the letters that stay, the letters that are never dropped, those letters are what we call extra letters, az-ziyada, extra letters, az-ziyadat. واضح? So here he says every form has an okay. If this is clear, the root letters and the letters that are in the source are the same. Not always, but mostly. Okay. All right. Here, this is understood. Barakallahu feekum. Is it understood? May Allah bless in your time and your deeds and your sayings and your doings. Is this understood? Are we sure? Absolutely positive? I thought the letters are taken from the source. Yes, the letters, but which letters are taken from the source? The root letters. Sometimes the source contains extra letters. Sometimes. Okay? But insha'Allah, we will teach you, we will teach you how to notice what are, from knowing the different forms that the masdar is upon, you'll get to know, insha'Allah, what is an extra letter from what is an original letter, insha'Allah. واضح? What is the difference between root letters and mustard letters? Okay, the root letters are the letters that never drop in any form. Okay, but the mustard letters are the letters which the verbal noun contains. Sometimes the masdar has only root letters, and sometimes it has root letters plus extra letters. واضح؟ نعم. Never changes, you said? What is that? Not واضح. Okay. وإياكم. Go ahead. Whoever wants to leave, go ahead. Inshallah. Okay. Now, let me give you an example. شرب. The root letters here are what? What are the root letters here? People? The sheen and the ra and the ba, right? What's the other way of saying it? Just to see if you're with me, The other way of saying it, instead of saying sheen, ra, ba, what's the other way of saying it, أحسنت يا إسماعيل. Shah with a ha at the end. Shah, ra, bah. Okay? Shah, yes. هذا تسمى هاء السكت. Shah, ra, bah. واضح? Okay, anyways, it's the sheen and the ra and the ba, right? Okay. Now some masadir have more than root letters. They have extra letters as well. Okay? Like what? Like for example, rukub, which means riding. Okay? Which means riding. Rukubun. Okay? Very good, Umnas. Very good. Okay, rukub. Now here, we will teach you in the future, okay, that in such a form, okay, the waw is an extra letter, which means that where are the, yes, rukub is a masdar. Now, if we tell you that the waw is the extra letter, what does that mean? Where are the original letters which are going to be the root letters? What are they? Very good. They are the ra and the kaf and the ba. Okay? So as you can see, not every masdar has only root letters. Sometimes even the masdar has extra letters. And you might ask me now how to know. I will tell you that in the future, inshallah, you will be given principles to know where are the extra letters. Okay? But in the beginning, that's why I told you in the beginning, I will give you the extra letters, the masdar. In the beginning, I will give you the masdar, inshallah. Okay? Until you are familiar with all forms, and then it'll be easy for you to determine which is the extra letter from which is the, the واضح? So it isn't necessary that what? Even in the middle, naam, even in the middle, that's right. So it isn't necessary that what? Root letters in a word are always less than masdar letters used. Root letters in a word are always less. The root letters are either 3 or 4. Either 3 or 4. This will all be put into detail. The masdar letter has to be a root letter. No. Not all masdar letters. See, the masdar is a word. Okay? It's from the aspect of it containing extra letters, it is just like any other word. It could contain extra letters, but not always. واضح? Sometimes it has extra letters, sometimes it doesn't. واضح? Yes, it doesn't, and that does not contradict it being a masdar. Okay? واضح بارك الله فيكم. This clear? Is it clear now? Jazakallahu khairan, Ustadh, for all your classes. I don't get time to do online, so I watch all the recorded classes. Jazakallahu khairan for recording. Alhamdulillah, you had mentioned during Kalima Center lecture you will be doing nullifiers of Islam on Wizik. When will they be held? Allah, we don't know yet for sure, inshallah. But Jazakillahu khairan for your for your message, and I have even gotten it, and I understand, inshallah. I understand, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. So if I wanted to say he rode, then it will be rakiba. So here it isn't necessary that the waw has to be in it. Yes, it's not necessary, because what we said, we didn't say all letters of the masdar should be there. We said all root letters. Okay? All root letters. There are cases where the masdar has root letters plus extra letters. Okay? There are cases where a masdar could contain extra letters over the root letters. Okay? So yes, only the root letters are used. واضح بارك الله فيكم. واضح now? Are you sure? Yes, but root letters are always found in every word. They have to be there in every word. See, barakallahu fiki. It is simple. Now, a masdar, any word in Arabic, whether it be a masdar or something else, sometimes they contain only original letters. Like, for example, shariba. Doesn't it contain only root letters? Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, what about sharibat? Does it contain only root letters? No. Over the root letters, 5 minutes more, inshallah, and we'll be finishing, inshallah. Yes, so it has an extra letter. Okay? Okay. Same thing as the masdar. The masdar sometimes could have only original letters. Okay? Only root letters are used. Sometimes it could contain an extra letter. Okay? But what are the letters used here? Yes. Yes. But what are the letters used when we change to different forms? Okay? What are the letters we build on? What are the letters we add to? Okay? Only the root letters, which is the sheen and the ra and the ba. Good. Are we sure? Can we say all the words are masdar in its own form? All the words? What do you mean all the words? Not all the words are masadir. Masdar is only one form. And it could be more than one form as well. Could be more than one form as well, the masdar. Sometimes there are multiple masadir for one root letter. Okay? The original also will always be there. Naam. Always be there. For that we need to know the principles. Yes. Wadih? Clear? Are we sure we're clear on this? Everyone? Can we say all root words have a masdar? Yes, all forms have a masdar. Yes. And you can say that as well. All root words have a masdar. You can say that as well. Now. واضح؟ clear؟ Alhamdulillah. طيب. الآن let's just read the last thing inshallah before we finish, now every form has its own meaning. Huh? All root words have a mastar. يعني see, root words الشين والراء والباء, okay, it has a mastar, صح? What is the mastar of the sheen and the ra and the ba? نعم, حروف أصلية, أحسنتي. ها, شرب, صحيح. طيب, what is the mastar of the ra and the kaf and the ba? ها, ها. We just said it. Very good. ركوب. Right? So here, what did we do? Every root word in those order of letters, yani first the ra and the kaf and the ba, okay, it has a word, a main word, a mother word, where many forms come out from. That mother word is the mastar. Understood? Clear? Basically, the root letters are not fixed into a word. A mastar is a word, is a fixed word. Got it? The mastar is a fixed word. Root letters are letters. Letters are not fixed in a word yet. Get it? واضح? Clear? This is basically what it is. Yes, mere letters, yes. Okay? Yes, you can say that. The skeleton. Yes, you can say that. Okay? Now, every form has its own meaning. In other words, each certain form has a certain specific meaning. For example, the word daraba is a certain form. See? A certain form which contains all root letters. See? Its letters are on a particular scale which conveys the past tense, meaning he hit. He hit, meaning he hit. واضح? This scale, meaning these three letters, the scale, هذا البناء, يعني this form, meaning these, better to say this form here, meaning these three letters in their order with their certain harakat, which is a fatha on each letter and not having any extra letters, okay, like shariba, for example, expresses the action taking place in the past tense. Now, there is not any other form that can express the past tense of this word. Not yadribu or darba or any other form of darbun. Okay? And as an example for this in shurb, yani here, shariba expresses he drank, right? Shariba expresses he drank. There's no other form that could express he drank except shariba. That's basically what the author is trying to say. واضح بارك الله فيكم. يعني if you want to express he drank, it has to be this one. No other form. واضح? Clear? We cannot switch forms. We can only use a form for the meaning that it gives and nothing else. Okay? واضح بارك الله فيكم. Any questions? Now today, inshallah, regarding the class that we're supposed to have today, which is Aqidah, there might be a possibility that that we won't be able to give the class today because I have a TV interview, inshallah, today. So there might be a possibility that we won't be able to give that class today, inshallah. Okay, but we will try and make it. Yes, but we will try and make it, inshallah. We'll try and make it, and we'll try and make it also for the Sarf level 2, inshallah. We'll try and make it, but if we don't, then you know my excuse, inshallah. But in any case, inshallah, I'll try and send a message, inshallah, notifying you, inshallah. واضح بارك الله فيكم. Yeah, Sarf level 2 is supposed to be today, but because of this sudden invitation which I received, inshallah, we might not give any classes today, inshallah. واضح? Yes, yes. There could be more than one than a single technical meaning for one single word. Now, yes, it has been changed to Monday, Wednesday, and now. So, any other questions? We still have, inshallah, 2 minutes to go. What would be the what? Next step after level 1, level 2. We continue the book Tasrif al-Izzi, because we didn't finish the book, by the way, Tasrif al-Izzi. Do we have to memorize all the writing on pages 1-6 or main terms? Just read them. Just read them many times. Just go ahead and study them all the whatever time you get, study them until you are resting, until your heart rests with being able to answer if you're questioned. And if you are asked of those, if you find yourself, no, I have revised it enough that I can answer any question, here we say you're okay, inshallah, you're on the safe side. But Ustadh, how do we know which harakat to use to memorize? This you will get, inshallah, in due time. In due time, when you understand the principles, you will know the answer to that question. It'll be a second nature to you, inshallah. Ustadh, some say that you can look to the mad, huwa, to know all the original letters. Is that so? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because sometimes there are some 4-letter verbs which are for al-ighna, remember? Al-ighna. Some are for al-ighna. So which means that it doesn't have the if we pass the exam, what do you mean? So sometimes it doesn't have a 3 letter which it goes back to. So sometimes, no, that's not that's not a fixed way to knowing the yes, no, yes, of course. In order to go to level 2, you have to pass the exam. No. وإياكم. Don't think about that, inshallah. Don't think about it if you don't. Inshallah, do it, and you can do it, inshallah. Yes, it's direct teaching, and it's also on Wizik. What format of what? Different. It varies. Choose the right answer, complete. Wassalamu alaikum.